Our next topic is actually our Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He decided to come to South Tel Aviv today after 7 years of the hell that the Southern Tel Aviv people has gone through. Bibi Netanyahu, after the last decision of the court, decided to come today and basically tour South Tel Aviv and meet the residents. We're going to show you now a little clip of me, May Golan, meeting Benjamin Netanyahu and talking to him today, and I will tell you a little bit more about it after.
ראש הממשלה, שמי מאי גולן. אני נולדתי וגדלתי והתחנכתי פה בתחנה המרכזית הישנה בתל אביב כל חיי. והיום אני מרגישה כאילו הבית הוא לא שלי. אני לפני 4 שנים עברתי ניסיון תקיפה, ניסיון אונס על ידי 2 מסתננים, ששרדתי אותו באחד הניסים וההשלכות הפרטיות הכי גדולות שעברתי בימי חיי. במקום לקחת את זה למקום כואב, הפכתי את זה למקום של כואב. הפכתי את זה למאבק שבו עצרתי את כל החיים שלי מאז, ואני נאבקת אך ורק בזה. כל מה שעשיתי שמתי בצד. רוב המאבק שלי לא התחיל בגלל התקיפה שלי מהראש הממשלה, הוא התחיל בגלל את אימא שלי, בת ה-71, שיושבת פה, אימא תקומי, שירה אותך, שיושבת כאן, אימא חד-הורית, שקנתה את הבית הזה בדרום תל אביב, בשדרות הציון, בדם יזע ודמעות, גידלה אותי לבד, וזה בית ראש הממשלה שאהבנו, זו שכונה שאהבנו. אני גדלתי על ברכי בית הכנסת שלה, אני גדלתי עם אהבה לשכונה הזאת. אמנם לא היינו הכי עשירים, לא היינו הכי מיוחדים, אבל היה פה ביטחון, היה פה טוב, הייתה פה שכונה. היום ראש הממשלה, האישה הזאת חיה בגטו. היא חיה בגטו של שנת 2017, היא מגורשת מהבית שלה. כל הבניין שלה מלא דירות של מסתננים, הוא מחולק, היא הותקפה לא פעם, והאישה הזאת צריכה לעלות כל יום שאומרים לה אריתראי, תחזרי למרוקו, תחזרי לתימן, תחזרי לרוסיה. זו לא המדינה שלך, זו לא המדינה שלך כמו ראש הממשלה. אני מבקשת ממך, אתה תצא לפה היום, אבל אתה לא תראה את המציאות של מה שעוברים תושבי דרום תל אביב. אתה לא תרגיש אותה כי אי אפשר להרגיש אותה עד שלא חיים פה. אנחנו נכבשנו.
איפה הבית שלו?
אימא. דירות ציון 12. ממש של מדינת לוי.
דירות ציון 12?
קומה רביעית.
אז מה, אתם לא יכולים להעביר אותי לשדרות ציון 12?
אדוני ראש הממשלה, אני לא...
אם תראה את הבניין...
אני מביא אותך לרחוב ו...
מה ראש...
תודה, בואו נמשיך.
כן, אני מסיימת. מה ראש הממשלה, אם תראה את הבניין שלה, אני מבטיחה לך שלא תישן בלילה, לא תוכל, זה בית אימים. ואני רק אסיים בזה שפה ראש הממשלה זה הכיבוש האמיתי, לא הכיבוש שהשמאל מדבר עליו. פה כובשים את הזהות שלנו, את היהדות שלנו ואת הצביון שלנו. פה לא השאירו אנשים לחיות בצורה נורמלית, זה גיהנום. ואנחנו מקווים שתצא מפה היום ותגיד לבג"ץ שיפסיק להשליט את מדיניות הטרור שלו. פשוט יפסיק. תודה רבה.
תודה רבה, בבקשה, מסור.
For those of you who didn't understand, the Hebrew and what I was talking about, I will tell you a little bit. I stood in front of the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and I told him that 4 years ago I've experienced almost a rape incident by 2 Eritreans. I was luckily saved when 2 Eritreans attacked me brutally, tried to rape and beat me, but I was able to flee and run away back to my home. This is not when my fight started, though. My fight started when I saw my 70-year-old mother living in her house, unable to walk freely in the neighborhood, unable to go out of her house. And when I was pointing in the video, I was pointing at my mom. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu asked her, where do you live? And he couldn't believe she lived right in South Tel Aviv. He offered right after to come and visit her house. And we left there. As you can see in this picture, he holds my mom's hand. My mom is wearing the white shirt. He holds her hand. Over there you can see more older women standing there. And you can see next to Prime Minister Netanyahu, Miri Regev, the Minister of Culture in Israel. You can also see the Minister of Homeland, Gilad Erdan, sitting there, who put a lot of police forces in our neighborhood. When Benjamin Netanyahu held my mom's hand and walked with me and with us towards our house, which was 5 minutes from where we were standing, I just wanted him to see my mom's house, the building, how old residents really live. I truly, truly believed that once he'll see her house, he wouldn't be able to sleep at night. He wouldn't be able to think the same about the fight of the southern Tel Aviv people, about what they are going through under the vicious, vicious, cruel hand of the illegal infiltrators who really ruined every possible good land of where they came from. They ruined the building, they're sitting on the stairs, they are drunk, they are drugged, they are threatening everything. My mom stood up there and told Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that when she comes up her stairs, there is an Eritrean refugee telling her, "This is not your country. Go back to Yemen. Go back to Morocco. Go back to Russia. Why are you coming here? You're not originally from here. This is the country of the of the Africans, and we must redeem it back. It's not the country of the Jews." While she was telling it to him, she cried. She felt very bad, and he said, "I have to see your house." And when we finally came to our house, in the entrance of my mom's house, we had 150 lefties standing there protesting together with Eritrean infiltrators who called me a Nazi. They called me a fascist. They called me a racist. They said, "This is not your house. You go back to where you came from." The Eritrean refugees stood there together with Jews that's supposed to care for what happened to our older people, supposed to care of what happened to us. But these left radical Jews, self-hating Jews, stood there and support them against my 70-year-old mother. They called our Prime Minister a Nazi as well. They called him corrupted. They even compared him to, you know what, I don't even want to say it. It really shouldn't be said. But he couldn't come into the house because it's the Prime Minister. And he has dozens and dozens of security and guards, and he just couldn't went in. So we had to turn back. He went and visited another old woman that lived not far away, where the protesters from the left weren't standing there. I was disappointed because I really, really thought and felt that he would literally change his entire view of South Tel Aviv. Not that he wasn't supportive, but he will actually feel what is really going on in South Tel Aviv if he will see where my mom is living. I really, really hope from the bottom of my heart that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu leaves South Tel Aviv today and decide to stop this sufferment of the southern Tel Aviv people. I really, truly believe that he did not experience what's really going on there. You know, when a Prime Minister comes, they clean everything for him. They took away all the Eritreans, they didn't let them in, took away all the drug addicts, took away all the prostitutes, took away every possible dirt off the floor. They put a 30,000 shekel tent over there for him to sit. And I know he's on our side, but it's not the same as feeling what's really going on there. And I'm really hoping, because he promised us he will come as a tourist. He will come in a tour when no one knows who he is. He will come at nighttime, because when you pass at nighttime in South Tel Aviv, you might not come back as a regular person of this country.
עליתי מעיראק בגיל 9. סבלנו הרבה עד שהגענו לפה.
Our next